You can be busy every day of your life and still be drifting. You can achieve goals, earn recognition, and yet deep down you still feel a quiet ache. And that ache isn't failure, it's purpose. It is purpose calling you home. Because when you start living with purpose, not chasing success, not chasing validation, you notice that something shifts. You start seeing divine order in your days. Doors open, peace replaces pressure, and you stop running in circles, and you start walking with rhythm, divine rhythm. And that's what purpose does. It aligns your life with the favor of God. Welcome to Wisdom Etc. My name is Flavio, and this week we are talking about the power of purpose, managing the reason you exist, managing the reason you exist. In this episode, you will learn how to reconnect with the purpose God placed inside of you and manage it with focus and with maturity. And also you're gonna see how to protect your energy so your life bears real fruit. So let's get into it. Purpose isn't a dream or motivation phrase. It is a design, a divine compass placed in you before you were born. And when you live from that place, everything changes. You stop confusing your job with your calling. Work is not who you are. It's how your purpose expresses itself. And you were not created just to make a living. You were created to make a difference. And when you see your daily work as part of your purpose, the ordinary becomes sacred. You stop working for success and start working for significance. But purpose doesn't grow automatically. You have to manage it intentionally. Think of it like a field. And if you leave it unattended, weeds of distractions and fear will take over. But when you cultivate your field with focus, with prayer, with discipline, it becomes fruitful. If you remember, God told Adam to work and keep the garden. Your garden is your mind. Your garden is your time, your energy. That's where purpose grows. So managing purpose means deciding what to allow to take root and having the courage to uproot what doesn't belong. Now, think of something simple, like biting an apple. Behind that single bite, there is a chain of purpose. There is a farmer who planted the apple. There is the worker who picked the apple. There is the driver who delivered it. There is the grocer who stocked. Almost no one who enjoys the fruit planted the tree. And that's how purpose works. When you live faithfully, your obedience nourishes others, even people you've never met. But growth requires courage, especially the courage to detach. Before God told us to honor our parents, then he told us to leave them, right? And because maturity is about stepping out of what once defined you. You can't step into your next season while you cling to your old one. So detachment isn't dishonor, it is trust. Trust that God has prepared new ground for your roots, right? New ground for the next season that he has called into. Every life carries three dimensions of purpose. You have the original purpose, the ones that reflects God's image and likeness, and you have the second one is the redemptive purpose, the one that turns pain into wisdom. And then you have the decisive purpose, to make choices that align with your divine call. You don't find purpose by just waiting. You find it by walking. If you remember, Jesus said, go and find. Jesus didn't say go and find purpose. He just said, as you go, you make disciples. And the meaning is purpose upfolds as you move. So things happen on the journey. In fact, your purpose is on the journey. It's not necessarily a destination, but the journey that you take. As you go, you fulfill what he has called you to do. Purpose requires energy. That means you need boundaries. Not everyone, not everything deserves access to your focus. Your energy is sacred. So guard it like you guard a fertile soil. Because when you live with clarity and integrity, divine favor flows naturally. God doesn't need perfection, and he needs your participation. He blesses the faithful, not the flawless. He didn't say, you good and successful servant. He said, good and faithful servant. So he's looking after your faithfulness. So let me leave you with this. You were not created to drift. You were created to demonstrate what God can do through a surrendered, purposeful heart. Purpose isn't discovered by waiting. It is activated through obedience. So ask yourself this question. What one action could I take this week to move me closer to the reasons I was created? So write it down, pray on it, then do it. Because when you live with your purpose, courageously, consistently, you don't just change story. You become the reason someone else believes that purpose is real. So you're impacting the world. If this message spoke to you, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who's searching for meaning right now. And subscribe to Wisdom, etc., where we grow in purpose, in wisdom and divine alignment, and we do that together, each week, each day, and it's great to journey with you. Hey, God bless you, and I'll see you next time.